got the House, the Senate, the White House. The people of this country voted for that. And we have to deliver the change that was promised. And that, it starts with tax reform. It starts with a conservative Supreme Court. Every single thing that was talked about on that campaign now needs to be delivered.
That's exactly.
By the way, there's no excuses for not doing it because we've got a pathway to do it.
That's exactly right. And there were a myriad issues that Trump discussed. Immigration, refugee any number of things. He had a whole host of issues that made it, he made part of his campaign. But when you say that we want, I think you used the word peace.
Well, I mean, we don't want what's going on out on the streets. I mean, we what you're seeing across the country. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, but, okay, that's a good point.
Elections are over.
That's not real. I don't believe... Because of what we learned with the Project Veritas videos, they're buying that. They're paying for those protests.
Yeah. Understood.
Don't let it affect you. That's all made to look like that there's genuine outrage that we won, but there isn't. There's happiness that we won.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. I guess that's what I was referring to. But, look, we're going to move forward. We've got an agenda that needs to be fulfilled, and we've got no excuses not to. We've got the leadership in place. We've got the White House. Look at what's happening in the states and the legislatures. I mean, there's a lot of flips in state legislatures that we've also have succeeded in across the country. So now it's time to do the will of the people.
The White House spokesman, Josh Earnest, said after the meeting between President Obama and President-elect Trump, which went 90 minutes today, not the usual 15, but Earnest said, we want to do everything we can to make sure President-elect Trump hits the ground running and has a good shot at accomplishing what is to succeed. Really?
Right. I think hopefully that'll last, but my guess is that they'll be coming pretty strong, pretty hard soon.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least then I mean, it's such an opportunity. The Democrats are in a position they're not used to being in. We were the party that was the media had already written that we were going to be in crisis today, and if you open up most of the Washington rags, it says the opposite, and we ought to take the advantage of our position, which was given to us by the people fairly and squarely, and do our job. Well, I hope a lot of people on our side realize it isn't mean to be happy when we win. It's not mean to advance our agenda because that's what we were elected to do. I hope they don't think it's mean or offensive if we don't include the Democrats in our Obamacare plans unless they agree with us.
Right.
And we're happy to welcome them aboard. But I hope we got too many people that seem guilty if we win, and they don't want people mad at them, and so they try to water it down or dilute it a little bit, and I hope it doesn't happen.
No, I agree with you. You have to pursue your agenda with happiness and enthusiasm and with a lot of energy to get it done. 100% on board with that, and I agree with you.
Well, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it,
you
Chairman.
Bet.
And I do, Chairman Reince Priebus of the Republican National Committee, and he came here with Sean Spicer, and it was, I don't know, I think it was in March or April somewhere. It was at a point in time where it looked like Trump was owning this, but they weren't sure, and a lot of people were, at that time, in official Republicandom. They were afraid. What did this mean? And I can tell you that during they were here for an hour, and at no time did I hear them say or have any doubt that if Trump was a nominee, they were all in. In fact, they stood out that way as not being part of the crowd that couldn't accept Trump. In fact, both he and Spicer were intrigued about Trump and the possibilities of Trump's being elected. It was refreshing, actually, and I just wanted to mention that to those of you. I didn't at the time because it was an off-the-record meeting, and we had not met. I had never met Chairman Priebus, and that's really what the purpose of it was. And so then we began discussing the Trump campaign and what it all meant and how he was handling it, how I was handling it, and what we thought was going to happen. It was a good conversation. But at no time was he ever, that I detected in the club, that could not stomach and would not tolerate Trump. It was just the exact opposite. Let's take a brief